channel. Today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite things, thrift stores. There's been a lot of discussion the last year about inclusiveness and the general expensiveness of this hobby, so I wanted to share some of my favorite tips on doing historical and vintage costuming on a tight budget. Thrifting is also a really great way to reduce your carbon footprint because fast fashion is responsible for 10% of the world's carbon emissions, which is huge. So thrift shopping is a super amazing way to be able to extend the life of clothes that already exist on this planet, not support fast fashion, and as a bonus, you pay so much less for your clothes, which is awesome. Now, as a disclaimer, not all of these tips are going to work for everybody. Not all thrift stores are created equal. Not all of them will carry all of the types of things I'm going to talk about, and in particular, most thrift stores do not carry a lot of larger sizes in clothes, which is so stupid. But hopefully you'll be able to take something away from this. Hopefully these tips will help you think a little more outside of the box with the materials that you're using, and I hope it helps. Tip number 1. The first place you're going to want to look when you walk into your thrift store is the bedding and linen section. I've gotten so lucky so many times finding something with a beautiful pattern, really inexpensive. I made my Cinderella dress petticoat out of a curtain. I made this Regency Police out of a curtain for like $10, the whole thing. I even made a Renaissance dress out of a big yellow curtain that still smelled a little bit like the 80s, but it aired out and it looked nice. Bed sheets are also going to be your friend here. I try to look for white or off-white sheets that would make a nice petticoat or other undergarment or simple item. And you can also just make a whole dress out of a bed sheet if you find a pretty pattern or color that you really like. You do whatever works for you, and they're really just a big yardage of cotton, so why not? And if you don't find anything in a pattern or color that you want to make a garment out of, they're also super useful for mock-ups. I try to look for sheets with a hole or some tears or something that will make it not super useful as an actual bed sheet, so then I don't feel bad about cutting it up. Tip number 2. Check the dress and skirt sections. Now, most of the stuff you're going to find here is going to be pretty modern, but sometimes if you're lucky, you find a nice vintage-inspired outfit, like this beautiful dress that I use as a 20s dress that I found for $15. It's hand-beaded, it's silk, it was brand new, but it's dry clean only, which is probably why it got donated. A lot of people can't be bothered to go to the dry cleaners with a nice item, so they end up just donating it, which is your win. Also look out for longer and fuller skirts, which can be really useful as petticoats. They may not be perfectly accurate, but if no one's going to see it and it does the job, who cares? Also make sure you check the formal wear section. Some bridal and prom dresses will have a large full skirt or might come with a petticoat that could be helpful. Tip number 3. Pajamas. This might sound kind of weird, but sometimes you can find nice cotton and lace nightgowns, which you can totally just sleep in, or would also make a great chemise to wear under your corset. Tip number 4. If your store is sorted by color, check the white blouses and shirts. If you find a nice cotton one, these can be really great for corset covers, or maybe an Edwardian blouse if you add a little lace to it. These are also really handy for vintage dressing if you find one with a nice button down and collar or such. Tip number 5 is shoes. Now, this depends a lot on your shoe size. I have pretty large feet, so I sometimes have trouble finding shoes at thrift stores, but if you look long enough, sometimes you get lucky. Try to look for shoes with a low heel, nothing too shiny or with any obviously modern decorations on it. Flats are also a really great option for a lot of time periods, and you can find them in lots of different colors usually. You can also check out flat or low-heeled boots. I attended my first year's worth of costume events in a cheap pair of black zippered up boots, and it was totally fine and worked really well for me. Tip number 6. Check outerwear. One time I got lucky and found this super amazing vintage cape for like $7, so you never know. Tip number 7, hats. Now you're not likely to find much that isn't a baseball cap or a winter hat or such, but particularly in the summer, keep an eye out for straw hats or big sun hats. These can be super easily turned into bonnets or straw hats for the 18th century or Edwardian periods. I picked up this straw hat for a couple of bucks and reshaped it a little, added some ribbon, and made it a great Edwardian boater hat. All right, now that we've got all these tips in mind, let's go to the thrift store and see if we can find any beautiful treasures today. Oh man, look at that. That would make beautiful, like Renaissance dress or something. Beautiful. Okay, this is like a little more expensive, but there's 2 of them. And it's a nice like taffety fabric to make a nice ball gown or something. This one's nice. Can make a nice ball gown. $12. Look at that. This is super pretty. This one's $8. There's so much of it. This might come home with me. Here's a nice one. This would be great for a petticoat. $10. Okay, take everything back. Make your ball gowns out of this, guys. Oh my god. It's only $6. This one is just a corset cover waiting to happen. And look at all these possible chemise options. These would make pretty passable 18th century shoes. These could possibly be little Regency boots. Oh, one of these would make a great bonnet. Pretty sure this is a Bilbo onesie. Today there was a fantastic selection of long full skirts that would be great for petticoats. Oh man, I only slightly regret, but not really, the amount of stuff I bought. But I now have to bring all of this zone with me and I walked a mile to get here, so maybe I should have waited till I had a car to get here. Oops. Well, I made it home. I got a lot of fun stuff. Let's see what's in here. First up, we have this beautiful king-size sheet in this very pretty, delicate little stripe. This is gonna be something nice. And this was like $7 for all of this. Amazing. We also got for $6 this super cute plaid fabric. This would probably make a really cute like Regency day dress or something. I think it's adorable. Very excited. The most unexpected thing I think I found was an Edwardian sailor suit for $5. Like, what? I couldn't leave it there, so here it is. We'll see if it fits once I give it a wash or something. I also got this adorable little like vintage style puff sleeve shirt. Very excited. This was $5. Great. And not vintage, but still cute. I got a nice little tank top and this cute little ruffly shirt. And all of this came out to $33 for all of that. Like, thrift shopping is the best, I'm telling you. So, let me know if you found anything useful in this. What is the greatest, most amazing thing you've ever found at a thrift store? Let me know. And happy thrifting and have a good day.